Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery, it's my pleasure to visit with you this morning. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time, 8 o'clock Central, to talk strategies, techniques, share success stories, but mainly we're here to support you. We have three types of distribution partners. We have white label partners, we have referral partners, and affiliates. And we've had separate trainings that kind of breaks out those three roles. Today, we want to talk about probably the simplest way to generate income by helping people. And so if generating income is a priority to you, then we need to make sure that we have a proposition or a pitch. We need to communicate that proposition or pitch to our target audience, and then we need to convert. So let's break that down. The concept behind being a referral partner is offering small businesses, whether they be pre-formation, startup, or existing, a free funding proposal. And so we sent out an email to invite you all to trainings on the left-hand side of the screen here. And what does it say? It says, join us today, learn how to help any small business get funding to start or grow a business. Now that's the beautiful thing about what you and I do as technical advisors, is that just about every small business has a thirst, a demand, a need for additional capital, whether it be to get started, to grow, or reach its potential. So this is not complicated like a lot of, let's say that you're a realtor. Well, who needs a realtor? Someone wanting to buy or sell a house. Statistically speaking, that's a small part of society at any given time. Just the opposite of that of what you and I do as technical advisors. If you can identify an entrepreneur, chances are they want to need capital, and this proposition is going to be very attractive to them. One of the reasons is that we have 100% approval. Now, there's different types of funding, you and I know, and each has its own underwriting criteria. But we do have guaranteed approval for first tranche financing. And our program, of course, is very credible. It's built off of the FDIC developed financial literacy model that will help clients with after they've received their first tranche of financing. And that same curriculum is in fact endorsed by the United States Small Business Administration. The second pitch is really helping small businesses know that getting money to start or grow shouldn't be difficult. So that's an excellent tagline. So what we'll talk about here in a few minutes is how you might want to promote to drive people into either this landing page or how Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, can actually create one that's unique to you. But that tagline has been very effective. Getting money to start or grow a business shouldn't be difficult. That in less than 5 minutes, we can get them a simple one-page application, and within 24 hours, get them funding offers. We know, again, that different people come to us with different backgrounds, but the typical client will receive 3 to 7 cash funding offers, and those can pay out as soon as the next day. Of course, with this proposition, there's no upfront costs, there's no hard inquiries, there's no strings attached. What's in it for you, and that's really why we get together each weekday, is talking about what's in it for you. What is it that we can do to help you be more successful, to generate more income? And as a referral partner, which is this role that we're focused on today, what does the referral partner do? They drive people in to get a free funding proposal. On fundingproposal.online, this is the standard page. They would list you as the referral source. If you don't feel so confident that they'll necessarily remember to list you as a referral source, there are 2 workarounds. When you're generating leads, those leads can come to you, and then you can put their information here. That's perfectly fine. We'll talk about an example of that in a moment. Or alternatively, you can get with Scott Stroud, our Chief Marketing Officer, and he'll create a replicated site that has a unique URL link that's hard-coded to you. The bottom line is, by just simply driving people in to get a free funding proposal and getting the data in, you've positioned yourself to earn literally $5,000. And we're going to go into the details so we make sure we're all understanding that. But literally, that's the amount of work that needs to be done. Just drive someone to this landing page, or a personalized one if you wish to work with Scott on that. Client gets a free funding proposal. We work with them to raise at least $100,000. You're paid 5% of the capital raise. 5% of 100,000 obviously is 5,000. Now, some clients get more, and so if they get more, you continue to earn more. So I don't know that you're going to find a more lucrative opportunity than this, because there's no cost to you to be a referral partner. There's no risk to you. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to enroll in anything. And all you're simply doing is driving prospects here. Now, in terms of where do the prospects come from, that's a common question. Some of you are connected and have relationships either with existing small businesses or key influencers, and that puts you at an advantage. Some of you are doing some online marketing that has proven to be successful. Some are just frankly using Craigslist and posting a simple ad using these taglines on Craigslist to be able to get responses. And so, of course, what you're doing from that is getting their name, their email, their phone, and how much capital they need. And then you drop them in here, and then we'll send them the Adobe funding proposal app, and we'll always copy you, so you know that it's been received, and then you'll see when they've completed it. If they haven't completed it, they'll get daily reminders. So that makes it really simple. With that being said, I want to focus on questions, concerns, uncertainties that you have, because that's primarily why we get together. We've simplified this down. I'm tempted to say we've dumbed it down, not because you need it to be dumbed down, but just simple is better. Simple, easy, and fast seems to be what our society wants. I don't know that there's a simpler way to make a pitch to help a small business get capital than this. And it's certainly easy for you and easy for them. We only need a few pieces of information. And then, just as the process states, we're going to send them an Adobe app. It's a simple one-page express application. They'll fill that out. We'll assign a funding coordinator, a real person that's going to work with them, and we'll get them a funding proposal within 24 hours. We guarantee them at least one approval, but the typical client will get 3 to 7. They'll get that first tranche of financing, and then we'll work on building their credibility, getting the support documents necessary for the larger capital raise, and then we'll go to funding again. So step 1 is they get funded. Step 2 is they get more funding. So who has questions, comments, concerns on this process? Because it's meant to be painfully simple. All right, so Antoine's got a question. Antoine, for those of you that don't know, he really is an expert in online marketing, search engine optimization, and such things that I couldn't really even speak to very well. And so, yes, Antoine, what you're doing makes sense. So what Antoine has done is he's developed his own landing page under his own branding. He's promoting it where it has a high Google ranking and all these other attributes, again, that he can explain better than I can. And so then he's collecting these basic pieces of information. He's using a lot of the same content, but in his own format, his own branding. And then he's able to submit his prospects right over to us, and we're able to run them forward. So you're right, Antoine, that's for our more sophisticated partners. That is very common, where you create your own engine. I was working yesterday with another one of our distribution partners, another one of our referral partners. His name's Michael. Michael is unusual because he has extraordinary capability for online. marketing and promotion. He writes blogs, and he has just this complete package. And again, these are Michael's words, not mine, and he's putting it together to launch in April, but he swears he'll do $100,000 a month starting in April through that type of campaign. So if you have that skill set, great. A lot of us frankly don't. And so the good news is it doesn't require that skill set. We certainly need leads, and we need to drive leads into this form, either directly or indirectly. So that way we can get them the express application, get them some funding offers, and then as they raise capital, you get paid. Again, as a referral partner, it's simple. You get paid 5% of the amount of capital the client's raised. How much they'll receive in that first tranche can vary. Typically it's 20 to 30,000, but we see people who get more, some people get less. We know that we guarantee them at least 100,000, and that's why you'll receive at least $5,000. But and I see that Denise is asking it. It's true that you should have your first payment certainly within the first 30 days, probably even sooner than 30 days, within a couple of weeks of submitting a client in. So let's do the timeline, because I think that's what Denise is pushing me for, which is fine. So let's say day one, you submit a client, and either you're sending them here or you're getting their information and putting them in here. Day two, no later than day two, we're going to send them the Express app. Let's say it takes them a day to fill it out. So day three, they complete it. And then day four, we assign a funding coordinator and get them funding offers. So on day four, now they have offers on the table. Let's say it takes them another day to review the offers and decide. So on day five, now they've accepted one or more offers. They can get that funding as soon as day six, but let's put a little cushion in. Let's say that they actually see the money wired into their account from the lender on day 10. We'll give it a 5-day cushion. Well, we know that we pay you out. We pay out every Friday. We paid a bunch of commissions out on Friday 2 days ago, but we pay out Fridays for the prior week's production. So within that 15-day range or so, you should be looking at 15 days after submitting someone in here, you should be looking at money coming to you. And I know that's not instant, but clients aren't paying anything up front. So we've got to work them through the funding cycle. I mean, if you went out and you got a new job, by the time you got on payroll and waited to get your first paycheck, it'd probably be 15 days as well. But I don't know that you're going to find a job or other income where you literally have no expense. There's nothing you need to buy, nothing you need to sign up for. And you're looking at making at least $5,000 for every client that you submit in. It's a really good deal, and they're getting what they want. Okay, so Veronica asked, she said she reviewed an email to enroll for this. Would this apply for what I'm doing with you all? Well, Veronica, I don't know that question enough, and I don't know what email you received. We certainly can visit offline. You can feel free to email us, but I don't know enough about what you're describing to be able to answer your question very well. I'm sorry. All right. Anyone else have any questions, comments, concerns for today's training? It's frankly painfully simple. What we need to do is create awareness, drive leads either to this form or to yourself, and then put the leads in on this form. And then thereafter, the process is described and it rolls forward. You'll be paid every Friday for the prior week's production. You know that you'll be generating at least $5,000 for each client. It's painfully simple, painfully simple. All right, well, we'll go out and we'll make it happen today, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.